Welcome to Business Success Tips, where you learn to make more money in less time and have a lot more fun. I'm your host, Paul Sanneman. I'm founder of Contractor Staffing Source, where we help contractors build great teams. I have as my guest today Kim Lamas from Construction Monitor. I can talk Construction Monitor. All right. So now I don't think a lot of the people listening to this podcast are familiar with Construction Monitor because there's mostly small guys. You go, those are for the big commercial companies. And you tell me that that's different. So tell me what Construction Monitor is, how it works, and how maybe a guy doing 3 or 5, 10 million a year could use it. And me,
Okay,
it's
so
or general contractor.
so our website, we collect permit data from all the city and the county jurisdictions across the U.S. We're nationwide. We collect that permit data. We put it on our website. We make it searchable, and we make it user-friendly, basically, so that everyone can go onto the website, subscription-based. Um, and make it easy for you to go and find construction leads. So the little guy or the big guy. Um, so you are able to
Is there
go
any limit if I'm going to permit a bathroom? That's not going to be in there, is it?
if you want to say that again.
If we're going to pull a permit for a remodel or a bathroom or anything, is there something how small it goes?
So if you want to, now you can't pull permits from it, but you can find the permits that have been pulled. So
Right.
anyone that has pulled a permit, you can go and look and find
So,
those
so,
there.
so if
But
I'm in
it's
Kansas
we
City or someplace and
hmm
I have like, if somebody's gonna do a remodel that needs a permit, okay, and I'm a
hmm
subcontractor, I can find that, oh, this guy pulled a permit for this $300,000 remodel, right?
yes, you can. Um,
And
we
good.
have a search tool. It's called Power Search, that allows you to go and look for a specific area. Say you wanted to look for California, say San Francisco, and we're separated into specific areas since California is so large. It's separated into several different regions. So you could go and look for, say, San Francisco West Bay. Um, and you can also look in specific cities within San Francisco West Bay and look for a specific valuation within San Francisco West Bay and find that remodel or a remodel. It will pull up those remodels within that area. You also have to put in a time frame,
Okay.
and it will pull up just permits for remodels within that specific time frame in that area.
So say I'm a framer or a plumber or whatever. I work with small contractors in the area, and I'm trying to find some new contractors to do work for. And I can look up permits that have been pulled on remodels between, I don't know, 200,000 and 500,000 in, someplace, East Bay or something, someplace where I can look for that. Then I can see in the permit who pulled the permit, what information is available that you have on the site from the permit?
What information is available? Oh, so you would have on the permit itself, it shows the contractor information, owner information, address, phone numbers, sometimes emails. Not always emails, probably about 70% of the time you'll have emails for owners, contractors, sometimes architects even for each thing that's being done.
Okay. Now, let's say, for example, I can see if I was a plumber and I wanted to find larger remodels, I could find that. Now, what if I'm a contractor and I'm going to go to, I don't know, the city, Burlingame or something, and I want to know if any architect is building any they pulled a permit on a $2 million house, right? Would that be in there? Because sometimes they pull the permit before they get the contractor. Sometimes I think they do that, right?
Right. Y- you may be able to find that. You would have to go and pull, you would have to look in historical,
Right.
yeah, you would have to do the power search and look back um, in the historical archives. It would depend on how far back it goes. You'd have to know a date,
Right.
so when it would have been pulled. And of
So
course, the
that
date
is
range and the area,
right.
all that information.
In the old days, contractors would go down to, whatever, the building department, and they'd start thumbing through the files and find out who pulled permits, and it would take a lot of work on their part, obviously.
Right. So we're taking that place. We're doing all the work now.
All right, so you've done all the work, you pulled all the permits, all the information's there. So if I want to know all the permits that have been pulled in my local town or around me and what they were pulled for, I can get that from your website or from your service, right?
That's correct. Yes. We also
Mhm.
provide lots of statistical data too. So we have a detailed statistics page where you can put in a date range. Depending on what subscription you have, whether you had a monthly or you had an annual subscription, you could look back 30 days or you could look back a year. Um, and within your whatever area it is that you're looking in, it will
Right,
pull up all the permits that have been pulled within that specific date range. And it separates into, say, single family homes, residential rebuilds, um, all commercial projects, all residential projects, and all specific projects. So you would know specifically what permits were pulled within each category for the
right.
last, specific time frame.
So it seems to me this would be good for somebody who's looking for work and rather go down to City Hall. Let's say they're a roofing contractor, pick something, they work with
Hmm.
general. They would like to know what generals in my area have gotten jobs that need roofs in the last month. I could find that out, right?
Yes, you could. And re-roofs that's a big, uh, we keep track of that, especially specifically under detailed statistics. You can find all the re-roofs, all the roofing for single family homes. That would be something that definitely all the roofers can go out and, you can come to the website and look on there and find all that specific information in
Okay.
one place where you don't have to
Okay.
go
You have
picking
to
through
go
it.
to City Hall. So, um, what does something like this cost?
So depends on the area that you're looking for, the region that you're looking for. So um, we'll say like Alabama. Alabama is just one region. It's a smaller area. For an annual subscription would be 1,495. For an annual subscription, it would give you a year of historical data with it. If you went with a monthly subscription, it would be 187. So that's a smaller region.
Right. So
Um,
it can cost somewhere between, I'm guessing, $200 to $500 a month, depending on where you are and what you're looking for. That's realistic numbers.
that's the smaller end. The larger
Right.
end would be around the Texas area or California area. Um, Probably Houston. Yeah, Houston South. Um, Probably around 2 or 3 grand a month. I mean, a year, I'm sorry,
Right, right.
annually. Yeah.
Okay. So to me, it would be worth a contractor looking at his geography, right?
Hmm.
Figuring out what permits he would like to find. And then he can sign up for a month, right? And see if it works for him.
Hmm. Yes, absolutely. It's a month to month for on the monthly, and definitely could check us out, see if they liked it and see if it worked for them, and then definitely could switch over to an annual.
Right. So as a marketing guy, I'm thinking of if I'm a subcontractor and looking for a new general to work for, I could certainly
Hmm.
look at minutes and go, wow, this guy's got all the jobs in my town. And I would know because there's all the permits he pulled, right?
Yes, and speaking of that, we also have the list of the top general contractors as well on our website. So you can look and see who's the top 25, top 50, top 100 general contractors, top architects,
In any given
everything.
market, right?
Yes. Hmm.
Now, I use a lot of people I advise to call on architects because it's a good architects give work to contractors, right? A lot of the
Hmm.
times. Sometimes it's hard to come up with a list of architects, especially you don't know actually what they're doing. They may have a big show, but not a lot of, what is big hat,
Right.
small, whatever it is, right? So
Right, right.
so you could actually go to your town, and say, I'm gonna look up architects. You can find out the architects that are really getting a lot of work in your market, if you want to call on them, right?
Yes, you could.
Okay. And you could also call and said, I noticed that you have got permitted on this job. I'd like to bid it. And they go, I already have a contractor, but it's a good excuse to call the architect anyway, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. So I see a lot of use for this. So if people want to get started with Construction Monitor, how do they do that, Kim?
They could go onto our website at constructionmonitor.com, or they could contact me
Okay,
at, at kim.lamas@constructionmonitor.com.
cool. And I'm looking at your website, it says free weekly edition. What does that mean?
So if you go to constructionmonitor.com or contact me personally, you can get a free weekly edition, and that'll give you a free weekly edition of whatever area it is that you're interested in. We also offer a free trial as well if you'd like to do that. You can go in and look at the website for 7 days. Absolutely
Basically, no
free.
risk to see if it works, right?
Right. Absolutely. Hmm.
Okay, and then all this information, you have the right to disperse, so none of it's like confidential. They can just use it, right?
Yes.
It's all public information.
Yes, it's all public information.
So you've
That's
just
correct.
gone to the effort of making it easy to find.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, it sounds like a great idea. So, a lot of contracts listen to this. You probably never thought of looking for this, but if you're looking for the architects are doing work, the contractors doing work, this is actually what they're doing, not what they say they're doing, right? So you could go
Right.
in here and do a lot of research in a very short period of time, figure out who's building, who's not building, who you want to work with and who you don't, and probably some good jobs to bid, right?
Yes, absolutely.
For that cost, that seems awesome. Well, this is a great idea, Kim. Thank you for being here. And I think this is something most of our contractors should take a shot at.
All right. Well, I appreciate you having me.
Thanks, Kim.
All right. Have a good one.